It's like a motion control rig, and you can do very precise shots with it and program the shots, but you can do them at very, very fast speeds. I mean, the camera moves fast. And the value of that is if you're shooting 1,000 or 2,000 frames a second, you can get a nice, sexy camera move on a high-speed, slow-motion shot, which when you see it, it looks pretty amazing. The robot's computer can trigger all kinds of other events, like if you were doing a shot of a waterfall, say, with 5 pieces of fruit shooting through it at 1,000 frames a second, it could trigger every one of those pieces of fruit flying through there. So when you actually did the shot, you wouldn't even see it happen hardly. But when you play it back, it looked magical. In the old days, you would shoot something and you could hear the film turning into guitar picks at the end of each take in your magazine. And then you'd have to wait a few days or a day at least to get your results back. But with this, I can play everything back instantly. And if I'm doing a big complicated move, that's how I actually program the move. I just shoot it and see where everything lands, and then I do my programming and redo everything until it's right. If you need a shot at 1,000 or 2,000 frames a second with a big dynamic camera move, I can get it. And in the old days, you couldn't get that. And I can super precisely follow just about anything you want to design. I'm doing a thing now where a hamburger is coming together from pieces, and I see other people do it, but mine's coming together into a hero shot, not just like falling into pieces kind of haphazardly. It's going into a pre-designed hero shot worked on by one of our wonderful food stylists here. I had someone come in who talked about doing like a parkour shot where someone is doing a flip, kind of a side flip, and they wanted to know if I could follow them and then go have the camera travel with them and tumble with them at 1,000 frames a second while doing the flip. I said, sure, that's an easy one. Someone else had a shot for a shoe thing where they wanted a foot to land in a puddle of water and have the camera go zipping around it in a semicircle in slow motion. So the shot would be in slow motion right as it hit. That'd be easy. You can do pretty much anything you can imagine with it. And a lot of times it's important to have, if you're shooting a product, you don't want all 3D, McDonald's hamburger thing. You can't have that, So it kind of takes you in the world of 3D animation a little bit without actually having to use 3D animation. They're like ATM machines. The ATM machines use a specific kind of computer that really sucks, as you know, when you're waiting to, get your deposit back or whatever. And it sucks in every way except that it never crashes. You'll notice that you never sit out there with the thing crashing, and that's the same with my robot. It never crashes. So I have 2 computers and everything I can stuff in there. There's nothing more. I call the engineers who designed it. It's proprietary software from the manufacturer. I never made it user-friendly because I'm the only one who uses it. So if anyone else wants to rent it, you're going to have me there, I'm afraid. It will move in a kind of a human way if you want it to. It'll interpolate all the points from A to B to C instead of going in straight lines to them. If you tell it to interpolate it, it moves like a human arm. It looks a little bit scary and spooky when it moves like that, but it looks like a organic creature moving. It'll shoot very, very slow speeds, so slow you can barely see it move, which is good for macro shots. If you're shooting really tight on something, you want a very cool, kind of smooth move on a really tight object. I can do those kind of moves. If there's a need to do a shot twice to accent one thing or another and composite it in, I can repeat that move very precisely. Yeah, the difference between old days and the new digital days is pretty huge, and they're getting better and better. Now you can shoot in 4K at 1,000 frames a second, so that's pretty amazing, and it's only going to get better from here on in.